find the words and write them down.
It's almost good enough to where like I would drive down there with it.
Find the tune and sing it loud. And find someone
And hook for it.
who'll stick around. Take it in, you're glory bound. Back it up, you're glory bound.
All right, so I'm going to say something that is at the same time really obvious and surprisingly important. All right, stick with me. Every video that you're ever going to watch, including this one, we all have one goal. We're all trying to show you something. That's the entire game right there. And the really top tier storytellers are really good at doing this really simple thing really well. The more thoughtful your presentation of the thing, the more interesting the thing appears. Now, I can say this with 100% confidence because last week I watched a 2-hour documentary about bird watching, and I have zero interest in watching birds.
A less common owl, the snowy owl, nests near the Arctic Circle. Only during severe winters do these owls go southward as far as the United States.
You want to just find the bird tour guide vans, and you just want to stay on their ass. Yeah, man. When they pull over, you pull over.
It seemed like we followed this man all year long, and eventually we had to meet the driver.
The first step, of course, is finding something to say. Now, that's the easy part because everybody has something to say. The hard part is finding a way to make people feel what you're saying. So I started trying to figure out how I could make things or show things off in a way that felt more tangible. And that's when I got really sick.
An idea. Resilient, highly contagious. Once an idea has taken hold in the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate. An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks. Right in there somewhere.
You see, the thing I had was just an idea. I still had to think about it. I had to think outside the box, study the masters. And then it dawned on me.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
I needed props. Things that could give each frame texture. Things that could exist in the frame while being a part of the story. I needed unique props. Things that you wouldn't normally see. Like an old projector or this really old camcorder. This one used to belong to Hannah. So I went on a quest to collect as many of these cool gadgets as I could responsibly afford in order to craft stories that people could feel, or at the very least, to tell my story in a way that I hadn't seen. How do you open this? In a way I hadn't seen anybody do before. So this is a comprehensive list of all the things I buy instead of camera gear. There's more stuff than this. And we'll start off with this whiteboard right here. All right, let's face it, man. YouTube is oversaturated now. For example, even with a traditional talking head, just the videos where you're talking to the camera, there's really only a few variations you're going to see. It's either quick cuts between a bunch of clips or a bunch of voiceovers. Now, there's nothing wrong with that kind of approach, but since it's done so often, something as simple as a whiteboard can be a cool way to stand out. And then you could even take this a step further creatively. So for instance, if my first shot is me describing something and putting it on the whiteboard, that would be shot number one. I would blah, 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 right? And then for the second shot, you could make it appear as though the camera is in the whiteboard. And it's a lot easier than it sounds. For me, I would take a glass pane. I'm sure you can find a glass pane somewhere. We've run into a bit of a problem. I'm not sure what part of the video I'm on right now. I'm assuming I've said something along the lines of putting a camera inside a whiteboard or making it appear like something like that. My first assumption was that this piece of glass that I had in mind was transparent. It was in my closet. It's not transparent. So I'm scratching my head right now. I do have this painting. I am going to try and take out the glass pane from this and use that to demonstrate the thing I'm talking about. This is future courage, and this is probably not the last time you see me because we will run into a lot of problems when it comes to this video, I feel like. Put your camera behind that plane and then write on the glass pane. So it would appear as though you were writing on the whiteboard and the camera was behind it. Now, this is just one of many ways, but taking that extra step, especially not just for shock value or to capture attention, but if it does play into the story you're trying to tell, small changes like that, even small changes like a whiteboard, can have significant impact. Yeah. So the whiteboard isn't dynamic. I mean, sometimes I want to show a video or a picture or a text message. And at those times I reach for something like this really old Verizon cell phone, which I'm surprised still works. Or this iPhone 8 from Hannah's closet, or even this cheap projector off of Amazon. Now, a lot of the stories I tell are in retrospect, which means that I do a thing and then I talk about the thing in past tense. For example, Max's bachelor party on Amelia Island.
There was one in Macon too, like going down 16 towards Savannah. Before you leave Macon. That was a little bit closer, but it's still.
Dang, bro, you was sweating through the helmet?
Oh my.
Dang, what?
So I could take all those clips and put them on the screen and talk over them. And I do that sometimes. But I also like to think about ways that I can tell the story that contribute to the character of the story. For example, if I was showing the clips to a friend, I would take my iPhone and literally swipe through each of those clips and show that person. Or if I was showing it to an audience, I would put it on a projector and cast it on a bigger screen. And I think these small choices, using these devices to display the thing I'm telling, they hopefully tap into feelings that people are already familiar with and help the message land, right? So we talked about the iPhone, this old cell phone, and this projector, but there's one more piece of tech that I recently got. I'm actually excited to talk about that. So let's get into it. All right, before I tell you guys what this is, just take a look and see if you can guess. All right, this is a Sony MV65 ST. It is a portable DVD player from 1999, and it was about to be the next big cool gadget in my collection, except for one small issue. When I got it and I plugged it in, none of the buttons were working, and I have a copy of Madagascar stuck on the inside. All right, guys, so this is the moment of truth. We are going to find out if this bad boy works. If it does, this will probably be one of the greatest technical achievements of my tinkering life. And if not, then we have to take all this gear and do the walk of shame back up the stairs. So, fingers crossed. Okay, it took the disc. It took the disc and it's reading. It's reading. DVD. And it's working. Okay. It's working. The thing is, it's not reliable though, because like if I try and, let's say I try and pause, the buttons don't work. Pause, play, stop, playback, fast forward, reset, none of that works. So it's still not functioning as expected. Now, I'm a computer science student from Georgia Tech, so I figured if there's anything I could do, I could open this guy up and try and figure out what was going on inside. Turns out though, Georgia Tech doesn't prepare you to fix old CD players, at least not me. And returning it on eBay was not an option. So this was turning out to be a dead end. I'm not sure. This says, but somehow, by sheer providence, Hannah and I, we went to an estate sale the same weekend where I found this beautiful red Polaroid player, right? So I grabbed it as quickly as I could. I ran home, I plugged it in, and would you believe it? It works. The audio, all the buttons, and they even have a copy of Tom and Jerry on the inside. Okay, so in addition to the Polaroid player, I also got this stack of blank CDs. These CD holders, which I just grabbed from the closet, and this very slick Apple disk drive. I don't think they make these anymore. But essentially, my concept was to make custom album covers that would go in the CD holder, and then I would burn a specific video about a specific topic to match that. All right, guys, so this is Courage from the future with a few problems. Of course, there's always problems with this kind of old school project. Anyway, I got these CDs first. I didn't realize they are meant read-only, which means every time I tried to write on the disc, I only had one chance. So I couldn't like reuse the disc. And it turns out I was actually not supposed to even get a CD because CDs can't play back video as well. And I should have known that because on the front of this, it does say DVD. So I got some DVDs. Again, you only get one shot to write on this. That's $10 down the drain. The price for this entire video, I'm going to show at the end, but it's climbing steadily. So we're going to try and burn the video onto this guy. And I'm really hoping the playback is smooth, because if not, the entire video is riding on the fact that I can do this and I haven't tried to do it yet. So yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And finally, I would use the Polaroid player to play that back and capture that on camera. Now, yes, it is like a lot of extra steps, but I think that feels tangible, and it really translates well with my kind of storytelling. So aside from that, we'll talk about the things I use to capture moments, to capture different things. Now, technically, this is camera gear, but it's very low-tech camera gear. So I don't think it's cheating. I think we can still keep the same title of this video. So first of all, the Nikon FE, my main film camera. This iPhone 8 from Hannah's closet, and then finally this Samsung Digicam. This was a gift from Hannah's dad many years ago, so we have to be careful. I already cracked it once. But yeah. Does Emily complain about your driving?
But I complain about her so Are you complaining about my driving?
Nah.
You want to call him? Okay, so right here.
You say you complain about her driving too?
Yeah, dude, she drives like an absolute maniac.
Hannah drives like a maniac.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But maybe.
Something dumb.
Oh, I got you.
And auto.
All right. Who knows? Who knows?
I think it's so majestic though. Okay, JR Cricket is right now.
Sometimes a story calls for pictures. At least my stories do. And that's where this Nikon comes in. It's very cool, not just to have the film look in the pictures, but to actually go through the entire process for every frame in a roll of film. So loading the film itself, progressing ever so slightly to that last shot on the roll, unwinding, processing, developing. Well, processing and developing, the same thing. Getting the negatives back. Every frame relies on each of those stages, and every stage feels tangible. And I think that lends itself very well to my style of storytelling.
We do longitude latitude.
So you said an eighth of a second again?
Yeah, eighth of a second.
I might just do it a little bit slower.
On the video side, sometimes I want to do something that looks like a home video. Now I could buy a home video camera, which would be best, but in the case I don't have one, I reach for one of these. Now, there's nothing inherently special about this CCD sensor or this iPhone 8. They just look old, right? And so if I wanted a video that looks old, I would use the old device. They lend themselves perfectly to that type of aesthetic, and they do a lot of the emotional heavy lifting when it comes to having the audience feel a certain type of way, right? Yeah, it's okay. You don't look happy. All right, let's go. Next one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so just to wrap up, none of these tools are going to make you better overnight. In fact, none of these tools might make you better at all. They might not fit your personality. These are just some of the things I find myself reaching for time and again, and these are the things I feel help me stand out beyond just buying new camera gear or lights or gimbals, any of that fancy stuff. So it's still an experiment in progress. We'll have to wait and see if this type of storytelling is more effective than other types of storytelling. But yeah, I will see you guys next time.
That's gonna embarrass me. Do your own picture. No, please. You can just see where. Okay, my shirt is from H&M. My pants are thrifted from Goodwill, and my shoes are Rolex Crocs. And I'm not gonna say where I got them from, but if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And if you know, don't say it. And favorite, her Crocs are mine, her pants are mine. That's mine.
No, it's mine. H&M.
The jacket is my mother's. And yeah, her hair is getting taken out tonight, done by JoJo. Get at her. That's where the wife's at, right?
What are you talking?
Can we go, please? I'm so tired.